I'm a doctor and a cosmetic formulator for skin of color. And in this video, we're going to talk about what black skin actually needs. And I'm telling you this clearly. Around 90% of products on American shelves were never properly tested on black skin. Yes, I'm talking about Sarah, The Ordinary, Larpose, Drunk Elephant, even some black-owned brands. The clinical trials are mostly done on white skin. Fitzpatrick 1 to 3. The formulation's calibrated for skin that behaves nothing like yours. So, if you've ever thought, why doesn't this product work for me the way it works for everyone in the reviews? It's not you. It's the formula. For the next 10 minutes, I'm going to tell you exactly what black skin actually needs and why almost nobody is making it. When I pick up a skincare bottle, I'm not just thinking about what it does on the skin. I'm thinking about why every ingredient is in that bottle, what concentration it's at, and what it's actually going to do on black skin. So, what's unique about black skin? Number 1, the melanocytes. Here's the myth I want to bust immediately. Black skin doesn't have more melanocytes than white skin, i.e., the cells produced in the pigment melanin. They have the same number. But what's different is the size of the melanocyte and how reactive it is. As I always say on the channel, one scratch, one bite, or one burn, and we hyperpigment. We cannot afford any form of irritation or inflammation. This is called PIH, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, and it's a #1 skin concern for black women in America. So, here's a practical rule to remember. If a product stings, burns, tingles, or makes your skin red or burgundy, stop using it immediately. Most skincare creators will tell you tingling means it's working, but on black skin, tingling means you're about to pigment. That's why I'd never recommend a 10% glycolic acid peel for black skin, no matter how much TikTok loves it. A better option is the ordinary mandelic acid, 10% plus hyaluronic acid, and it's only about $9 on Amazon. Mandelic acid is a larger molecule than glycolic acid. It penetrates more slowly, and it's far less inflammatory. Use it twice a week at night, and never on the same evening as retinol. Number 2 is transepidermal water loss. Black skin loses water faster. That's not opinion, that's measured. Studies show that transepidermal water loss is up to 1.5 times higher in black skin than in Caucasian skin. This is important because when your skin loses moisture, it becomes duller and drier quicker. So this is what black skin needs in a moisturizer. You want a high percentage glycerin. That's your water magnet. You want ceramides in the formula too. Don't forget, black skin has less ceramides than Caucasian skin. You ideally want niacinamide as well. Number 1, it helps to even out pigmentation so your skin tone, but it's also a barrier support. If your moisturizer has none of these ingredients and also contains fragrance, that product is working against you. This is also the reason you need to avoid denatured alcohol in your skincare. Alcohol is volatile. It evaporates from the skin and it takes water away with it. I want you to look at your foundation for denatured alcohol. This is where it tends to secretly lie. And if you have oily, acne-prone skin and have bought a toner that strips the skin or removes the oil, again, look for denatured alcohol because it can actually trigger more sebum production. It's not your friend. The big one that gets raved about is The Ordinary's glycolic acid. On black skin, it can accelerate water loss and it can also trigger pigmentation through hot spots. Because glycolic acid is a tiny molecule, it flies through the skin and then can burn the skin. So, even though you're using glycolic acid under the arms to try and reduce the darkness, you can actually make the situation worse because of increased heat in the underarms. Mix glycolic acid more potent. It's one to avoid. I also wouldn't use any acid-based toner, AHA or PHA, daily on black skin. Acid belongs in a treatment step, 2 to 3 nights a week, not in your every morning routine. Your barrier simply can't take it. That is different, however, to your BHA, your salicylic acid, which you use for acne. That is not a skin resurfacer that will unclog the pores gently, and you can use that every day. Number 3 is sebum composition. Black skin tends to produce sebum that's higher in free fatty acids, which means it can look oily on the surface but dehydrated underneath. This is why so many black women are sold oil control products that actually make their skin worse. Your skin isn't just oily, it's oily and dehydrated. These are two different problems with opposite solutions. If you strip the oil, the skin produces more oil to compensate. Dehydration gets worse, irritation increases, and now you've triggered PIH on top of everything else. That's why I would never recommend a mattifying clay-based cleanser for daily use on black skin. A better option is a gentle hydrating cleanser. So CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser is around $16 at CVS. And I'd follow it up by a HC Tant serum before your moisturizer, such as hyaluronic acid from The Ordinary. Try this for 2 weeks before you reach for anything labeled oil control. Number 4 are your fibroblasts. Fibroblasts are the cells that make collagen. In black skin, they're more active. The good news, that's why black skin ages slower. That's measurable. That's biology. The bad news, it's also why black skin scars more aggressively. Keloid scarring, hypertrophic scarring, raised marks that don't fade. So here's the rule. Never pick a spot. I know everyone says it, but here's the real reason. On black skin, picking doesn't just leave a mark. It can leave a raised, pigmented scar that lasts years, sometimes permanently. If you have a spot, leave it alone and treat it topically. You can go for 2% salicylic acid spot treatment from Pore's Choice, and you can top it with a hydrocolloid pimple patch, such as from Hero Cosmetics, to stop you from touching it. Both are under $15. Both are safer for black skin than picking every single time. Now, before we get into what brands keep getting wrong, I want to take a detour because there's one question I constantly get asked. Why doesn't Korean skincare give me glass skin? You've probably tried it. The 10-step routine, the essences, the snail mucin, the toners, the sheet masks. You did everything right. Your friend with lighter or East Asian skin tried the same routine, and her skin looks like glass. Yours just looks moisturized. There are 2 reasons Korean skincare doesn't translate to black skin. Number 1, the pores on the skin and how they're distributed. Black skin tends to have larger, more visible pores, especially in the T-zone. That gives you a higher baseline sebum production. Korean skin, which K-beauty is actually formulated for, typically have finer, more uniform pores and lower sebum output. So, when an essence sits on Korean skin, it lays flat. Even light reflects uniformly, and that's the glass effect. On black skin, the surface is different. Light doesn't reflect the same way. No matter what you layer on top, you're not doing anything wrong. The substrate is just different. Reason 2 is light reflection, and this is a big one. Melanin absorbs light. That's its job. Lower melanin skin reflects more incident light back at the viewer. High reflection is what the eye interprets as glossy or blowy. Black skin absorbs more light, which means even with perfect hydration and a perfect barrier, your skin will never reflect light like porcelain skin does. That's not skincare. That's just physics. But here's what nobody tells you. Black skin has its own version of glass skin. And honestly, it's better. It's not flat mirror reflection. It's deep, saturated, dimensional glow. That's not Korean glass skin. That's something completely different. So, how do you get that? 3 things. Number 1, barrier hydration, not water layering. On black skin, water evaporates too fast because of transepidermal water loss. You need water magnets, humectants and oleous and emollients. That's what holds the glow in the skin. Number 2, you want an emollient finish, a light layer of an emollient-rich product as your final step. Something like shea butter, squalane, or ceramide-rich moisturizers. And that's the reason I made you Cape Brightening Moisturizer with 25% emollient, camides, peptides, stem cells that are anti-pigmentation for an even skin tone, plus licorice root extract. I'm going to show you what it looks like on the skin. And now, after years of you guys asking, we are now on Amazon Prime USA. So, you can get your hands on your Cap Brightening Moisturizer. It's formulated for what black skin actually needs to look luminous. Number 3, you want tyrosinase inhibitors in your routine. You need enough of them to calm down the reactive melanocytes and even the skin tone. Black skin requires higher therapeutic indexing than Korean formulations account for. Now, knowing all of that, let's look at what brands keep getting wrong. Mistake number 1, surfactants. Most American cleansers, even the gentle ones, can use quite harsh surfactants. If your cleanser foams aggressively, it probably has one of them. They strip the barrier, and on Caucasian skin, that's irritating, but recoverable. On black skin, that triggers increased transepidermal water loss, dehydration, and often PIH within a week. If you love that squeaky clean feeling, that's your barrier being damaged. Better options to look for cocoa metal propyl betaine decarglucoside or cocolucoside. The products I like are the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser and the L'Oresh Posos Tolerane. Both are safe daily choices for black skin. The Stake 2, exfoliant strength. You walk into Sephora. Most exfoliants are 10% glycolic, 15%, sometimes even 20%. That's far too aggressive for most black skin. Glycolic acid is a tiny molecule. It penetrates fast, and it triggers inflammation. Inflammation triggers hyperpigmentation. So the spots you're trying to fade, you just made them worse. And yes, that also includes under the arm. And that's why so many black women say, I used the dark spot serum for 3 months and the marks got darker. Better options would be mandelic acid or lactic acid or even gluconolactone. Mistake 3 is fragrance overload. American skincare is packed with synthetic fragrance. Even luxury brands get it wrong. It smells nice. It also triggers contact dermatitis at a much higher rate in black skin. If you've ever reacted to a premium brand and couldn't understand why, it's usually the fragrance. So, the fragrance-free moisturizers I like for you are the CeraVe Moisturizing Cream because it contains ceramides. I like the Vani Daily Facial Moisturizer. It's fragrance-free. I like the L'Oreal Tolerant Double Repair, and they're all under $25. Mistake 4, missing barrier support. This is the biggest one. American skincare obsessively chases activives and forgets a barrier. On black skin, the rule is simple. Barrier first, always. You want to look for ceramides, cholesterol, fatty acids, glycerin, niacinamide, squalane, and shea butter. These aren't optional, and it's also the reason I put them into CAP. So, why does the industry keep getting this wrong? 3 reasons. Clinical trials still focus on Caucasian skin. Medical training historically ignored skin of color. And it's cheaper to market inclusive formulas than to build them properly. That's the system. So, what do? There are 5 rules, and I want you to screenshot it. Number 1, prioritize your barrier ingredients. Number 2, avoid fragrance, drying, denatured alcohol, and strong glycolic acid. Number 3, choose a mineral sunscreen over chemical sunscreen. I love mineral sunscreens because it's anti-inflammatory. And considering inflammation is the number 1 cause of uneven skin tone, ideally you want to go in with one that's going to calm the skin. Mineral sunscreens are very difficult to formulate for black skin, and we created the world's first mineral SPF 50 with no white cast on skin of color. Just going to show you what it looks like. And in here, I made it specifically for people with pigmentation. I put in Mesh Shield, which are stem cells that are tyrosinase inhibitors. Number 4, patch test for 2 weeks. Don't just do it once. Number 5, when in doubt, barrier first. And here's the most important thing. You have not been failing your skin. Your skin was failed by an industry that wasn't built for it. You don't need to try harder. You need products built around how your skin actually works. And that's what this channel is. It's for black skin, brown skin, melanin-rich skin. If you want full product breakdowns of drugstore products, black-owned products, Sephora products, they are coming. If you want to see CeraPep is available on Amazon USA Prime, and the link is in the description. If you have any specific black skincare questions and want me to investigate, write them down below. And don't forget, I'm in the comments section for 1 hour at the launch of every YouTube video. So when you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know that you can come and ask me those questions. See you next time. Now you've finished this, you're going to love this video.